Hey everyone, this is Shosroy. Been having a lot of fun trying out the German line that they introduced, and this is like my second battle in the Tier 1, and I really love this thing. The matchmaker gave me a good match, and all the enemy cruisers were Tier 1s, and there's 4 Tier 2 destroyers on either team. Like I say, the firepower on this new German is really good. Got 2 turrets with 2 guns. And they've got a decent turn time and a really good reload rate. I decided first thing I'm going to do in this battle is go ahead and go north. And I quickly realized that it's just me and one other of my teammates going this way. So my plan is to go to the island that's dead ahead, kind of circle around behind it and head on back towards our spawn. And I didn't really want to worry about moving the ship, so I went ahead and set my auto cruise to go right behind the island, and as I got closer I was going to circle around manually. I go ahead and swing my guns out to the right. While I'm doing that, we've got 2 of our destroyers headed for Destroyer Alley down in the south. I had a really good game in my Tier 3 Wicks there, and I plan on uploading that video too, so that should be coming out maybe in a few days. And I got kind of nervous here because no one spotted. I'm like really nervous because usually when it rains it pours, and if you don't see the enemy. But as I thought, it's just me and my other cruiser up here. And our destroyers, the 2 that didn't go into Destroyer Alley, they started capping. So that's going to put pressure on them, and here they are. What I didn't want to run into, the enemy destroyers, because I am a torpedo magnet. I've gotten pretty good at dodging them, but I still don't like contending with them. I was firing armor piercing at first, expecting the cruisers, but I switched to high explosives as soon as I seen the destroyers. And I set him on fire, and he used his damage repair. And so, right here, I knocked out his engine. And you can tell that by the smoke coming out of his engine stacks. And I just laid into this guy. Just too close for me not to miss. And once I realized his engines were dead, I started changing my shots in. Barely missed first blood. Enemy took out one of our destroyers. Because there he goes. And that's my first kill. I'm expecting torpedoes, so I'm trying to change my direction, but they never come. But I will go ahead and circle back around like I was planning in the first place. Me and the Allied cruiser, the other cruiser's already turned around, and one of our destroyers that went up the middle is now being engaged by 3. You can see it on the map, and the other destroyer pops around, and I'm like, he's way too close for comfort. Guns turning, locked on. And now I'm definitely expecting torpedoes in the water because he's at the right firing angle. I have a lag issue, but again, just incapacitating him. The amount of fire that this German Tier 1 can put into enemy ships is amazing. Enter the torpedoes, pull out, swerve, make sure they're missed, and then continue my barrage. Another incapacitation, another fire. This guy with me and my ally just is not going to last very long. But you see how quickly they can fire, especially when you alternate the turrets. I mean, I'm firing almost every second, and there's just nothing he can really do. Fire claims my next victim. And here, I do lose my focus. I switch to armor piercing because that's a cruiser. I go and I round myself aground because I didn't think I could stop. But Allied takes out the other cruiser. But now I'm stuck. I gotta backtrack so I can get out of here. Meanwhile, I'm losing damage time on those ships because those ships are fully engaged on our southern fleet, and I believe they've started capping. So I continue to fire my armor. My armor piercing still loaded. I'm planning on engaging the cruisers when I back up, but I go ahead and change my mind right here in a couple seconds. And instead of engaging the 3, I decided to go after the destroyer. Because my ally moved up all the way on to the north by himself. But I see how many guys he's fighting, and I decide that I don't want to be in their line of fire, as well as going after the destroyer. The destroyer is all alone engaging our 3 ships. So I got armor piercing loaded, so I go ahead and fire the armor piercing, thinking maybe I'll get a good crit hit. Yep, I just continue to fire it, and I get that awesome. That almost never happens, to be able to follow your shots in as you get a sink. I just fired armor piercing, I guess, because I didn't want to take the time to change my ammo out. And I decided I need to help the guy in the north. He's gotten into some good cover, so he's only engaging one of them now. And a bit of a mistake here. I should have kept firing on that guy as I came around the corner, but I was thinking of turning all the way back around to get around the island. But Ally took out that cruiser no problem. And I just continue on my way. It'd be, I was already halfway at that point. No point in spinning back around. But the enemy's engaging the 3 in the south there. So I don't think they even know I'm coming. I've got the destroyer just on my right. So there'll be 2 of us coming here to flank them out. We have vastly superior numbers at this point, so we just lost the guy that went north. The focus fired him, but their guns are turned away, and I just start laying into them with the armor piercing as soon as I find my range. Right. And no, the fire rate on this tier 1 German is amazing, and there, citadel penetrations. That's what I've been looking for. And those are just devastating in tier 1. Just, ugh, so much damage. And there, citadel penetration, he's gone. It's just that quick in tier 1 if you get citadel penetration with the armor piercing. And this one, the German one, I get more citadel penetration so far. I switched targets here because I honestly thought that guy was going to die from our allies. But nope, he's still kicking. Not to leave work for my allies. Shoot him again. But cool guys don't look at explosions. Here, right here, I had a little bit of a glitch where it didn't show the final kill, so instead of just a quick replay, there. And here we have my post results. The 68,543 credits for 64 hits, 5 incapacitations, 6 kills, 4 fires, and 2 citadel penetrations. I got a double strike for that last kill too. Here we've got our experience, and our base experience was 1,077, and that was a ×2 battle, which is why it was 2,154 on the previous screen. Here we've got my damage. My damage totals out. I know you can't read it. My quality sucks, but 15,280 damage from armor-piercing shells, 5,234 from high explosive, and we got 117 from fire damage. But that's just because they died so quickly after I lit them on fire, or they put it out so quick. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Like and subscribe if you see fit. And I'll catch you in the next video.